In today's video, we explore 18 pharmacy technician interview questions and answers. Don't forget to customize these answers to highlight your unique qualifications and experiences. Here's a bonus tip. Research the company and review the job description so you can incorporate key skills relevant to the job role in your answers. Question number 1. Tell me about yourself and your background. When answering this question, your goal is to give the interviewer a brief professional summary of your background, skills, and motivation for becoming a pharmacy technician. Focus on what led you to the field, the experiences or education that prepared you, and the qualities that make you a good fit. Keep it relevant, avoid unrelated personal details, and finish by showing enthusiasm for the opportunity. This question sets the tone for the rest of the interview, so make sure your answer is confident and positive. I would describe myself as someone who's dependable, detail-oriented, and genuinely enjoys helping others. My interest in healthcare began during high school when I volunteered at a local clinic where I saw how vital pharmacy staff are in supporting patients and ensuring they receive the right medications. That experience motivated me to pursue my pharmacy technician training, where I gained hands-on experience in prescription processing, dosage calculations, and maintaining patient confidentiality under HIPAA standards. I've developed strong communication skills through assisting patients who needed clarification about refills and over-the-counter products. What draws me to this role is the opportunity to work in a team that directly impacts patient well-being and safety every day. I'm eager to continue growing in a professional environment where accuracy, compassion, and teamwork truly make a difference. Question number 2. Why do you want to be a pharmacy technician? This question helps employers understand your motivation and whether you're genuinely passionate about the role. Focus on the aspects of the job that attract you, such as helping patients, learning about medications, or contributing to healthcare. Mention specific experiences that influenced your decision and show you understand the technician's importance in pharmacy operations. Avoid saying you just need a job. Instead, express purpose and enthusiasm. I've always been drawn to roles that combine precision, problem-solving, and helping others, which is why becoming a pharmacy technician felt like the right path for me. I enjoy the idea of supporting pharmacists and patients directly, making sure prescriptions are filled accurately and safely. During my training, I became fascinated by how even small details like dosage instructions or drug interactions can make a huge difference in a person's recovery. I also appreciate the balance between technical responsibilities such as handling medications and managing inventory and interpersonal skills like assisting customers with compassion and professionalism. What excites me most about this career is that it allows me to keep learning every day while playing a hands-on role in improving people's lives. I see it as both meaningful and rewarding, and I'm eager to contribute to a team where quality care and attention to detail are truly valued. Question number 3. Why do you want to work at this pharmacy? Hiring managers ask this to see if you've researched their company and genuinely want to work there, not just anywhere. Start by mentioning what you admire about their reputation, values, or patient service. Show that you understand their customer base and culture and connect it to your personal goals. Be specific. Avoid generic statements like "I think it's a good company." I'm drawn to this pharmacy because of its strong reputation for patient-centered care and its commitment to accuracy and trust. I've read that your team focuses on creating a welcoming experience for every patient, which really aligns with my values. In my view, a pharmacy isn't just about filling prescriptions. It's about building relationships and ensuring people feel supported through every step of their treatment. I appreciate that your store also emphasizes teamwork and continuing education for staff, which tells me you invest in long-term growth and quality service. I want to work somewhere that combines efficiency with genuine compassion, and from what I've seen and heard from current employees, this pharmacy achieves that balance beautifully. I'm confident I could contribute to maintaining those standards by bringing reliability, strong attention to detail, and a positive attitude to every shift. Question number 4. Do you have any pharmacy technician certification or training? This question evaluates your formal qualifications and readiness for the job. If you're certified, discuss where you trained, what you learned, and how it prepared you for real-world work. If you're not yet certified, highlight your progress, coursework, and eagerness to continue learning. Always connect your education to your ability to perform accurately and confidently on the job. Here's a sample answer for someone who has certification or prior training. Yes, I'm a certified pharmacy technician through. Here you can insert certification body, PTCB or NHA, and I completed my training at. Here you mention your school name. During that time, I gained hands-on experience in pharmacy operations, including dosage calculations, compounding, inventory management, and insurance processing. I also completed externship hours in a retail pharmacy where I assisted with prescription filling, labeling, and verifying patient information. That experience taught me how to manage time effectively, handle confidential records, and communicate clearly with pharmacists and patients. My certification gave me a strong technical foundation, but more importantly, it reinforced how vital precision and professionalism are in this field. I make sure to keep my knowledge updated by reviewing medication safety alerts and new regulations so I can perform my role with the highest level of accuracy and care every day. Now, here's a sample answer for someone who has no certification or prior training. I recently completed my pharmacy technician training program and am preparing to take my certification exam through the PTCB. The coursework covered key areas such as pharmacology, dosage calculations, pharmacy law, HIPAA compliance, and patient communication. I especially enjoyed the lab components where we practiced measuring medications, labeling prescriptions, and processing mock insurance claims. Even though I'm new to the field, I've built a solid foundation of technical skills and understand the importance of accuracy, confidentiality, and attention to detail. I'm eager to apply what I've learned in a real pharmacy setting and continue expanding my knowledge under experienced professionals. I take pride in being thorough, dependable, and patient-focused, and I'm ready to bring that same level of commitment to this role. Question number 5. Describe your experience working in a pharmacy setting. Interviewers use this question to gauge your familiarity with the daily responsibilities of a technician. Focus on key duties such as filling prescriptions, handling insurance claims, maintaining inventory, and assisting customers. If you don't have direct experience, draw on relevant skills from customer service, healthcare, or fast-paced environments that translate well. Emphasize reliability, communication, and accuracy. Here's a sample answer for someone who has prior experience as a pharmacy technician. In my previous role at a busy retail pharmacy, I supported the pharmacist by preparing and filling prescriptions, entering patient data, and processing insurance claims. Each day involved managing a high volume of requests while ensuring every prescription was verified accurately. I also handled inventory, restocked medications, and followed proper storage guidelines. One of the most important parts of the job was interacting with patients, answering questions about pickup times, explaining refill policies, and ensuring they left feeling informed and supported. Over time, I became highly efficient at balancing technical precision with customer service. I've learned how to stay calm under pressure, manage competing priorities, and maintain compliance with all regulatory standards. What I found most rewarding was seeing how small actions, like a kind word or double-checking a dosage, can truly make a difference for patients. Here's a sample answer for someone who has no prior experience as a pharmacy technician. While I haven't yet worked in a pharmacy, I've developed many transferable skills from previous customer service and administrative roles. I'm comfortable working in fast-paced settings where accuracy and communication are essential. For example, in my last position, I handled sensitive customer information, multitasked between service requests, and ensured orders were processed correctly and on time. I understand that a pharmacy environment requires even greater precision, so I've made it a priority to strengthen my knowledge of medication handling, confidentiality laws, and professional communication. During my training, I also completed mock pharmacy simulations where I practiced labeling, data entry, and verifying prescription details. I'm eager to bring my attention to detail, reliability, and strong work ethic into a pharmacy setting where I can continue learning and contribute to a team dedicated to patient safety and care. Question number 6. What pharmacy management systems have you used? This question assesses your technical familiarity with software used to manage prescriptions, patient data, and inventory. If you have experience, mention the systems by name like Pioneer RX, QS/1, or RX Connect and describe what tasks you handled using them. If you don't, highlight your comfort learning new programs quickly and give examples of similar systems you've used. Show adaptability and confidence with technology. Here's a sample answer for someone who has prior experience working with pharmacy management systems. I've worked extensively with Pioneer RX and RX Connect in my previous role. These systems help streamline prescription entry, insurance verification, and refill tracking. I regularly entered patient data, updated insurance information, and processed claim rejections within the software. I also used reporting tools to manage daily queues and ensure prescriptions were filled in a timely manner. Over time, I became very comfortable troubleshooting system issues and assisting coworkers with navigating different modules. What I enjoy most about using these systems is how they integrate all aspects of pharmacy operations, from inventory control to patient safety, into one organized workflow. I believe being proficient with management systems not only improves accuracy but also allows the pharmacy to deliver faster, more efficient service to patients. Now here's a sample answer for someone who has no prior experience working with pharmacy management systems. While I haven't yet used a pharmacy-specific management system, I'm very comfortable learning new software quickly. In my previous administrative role, I worked with confidential databases, scheduling software, and electronic filing systems daily, which required accuracy and data privacy awareness. I've also completed training modules that introduced me to systems like Pioneer RX and RX Connect, giving me a general understanding of how prescriptions, patient data, and insurance claims are managed electronically. I'm confident I can quickly adapt to your system because I'm organized, tech-savvy, and thorough when learning new tools. I know how important it is to maintain accuracy and security in every step, and I'm eager to apply those same habits in a pharmacy environment where technology plays a central role in patient care. Question number 7. How do you ensure accuracy when filling prescriptions? This question evaluates your attention to detail and your understanding of how crucial accuracy is in pharmacy work. You should emphasize your process for double-checking, verifying, and preventing errors. Mention teamwork with the pharmacist, your use of standard procedures, and how you stay focused under pressure. If you lack direct experience, relate your answer to handling data or tasks that required precision. Accuracy is the foundation of patient safety, so I approach each prescription with a methodical mindset. I always verify the prescription against the patient's profile, check for allergies or potential drug interactions, and confirm that the medication strength, dosage form, and directions match exactly. Before labeling, I double-check the National Drug Code and visually inspect the medication to ensure it's correct. I also take a moment to verify my work before it reaches the pharmacist for the final check. To minimize distractions, I maintain a clean and organized workspace and handle one prescription at a time. I believe accuracy is not just about focus, it's about accountability. Even during busy periods, I never rush through verifications because I know that one small error can have serious consequences. This consistent attention to detail is something I take great pride in, as it directly contributes to the trust patients place in our pharmacy team. Question number 8. Describe a time you noticed a prescription error and how you handled it. This behavioral question tests your accountability and communication skills. Employers want to know if you can spot mistakes, take initiative, and handle them responsibly. Use the STAR method: situation, task, action, result. Explain what happened, what you did, and the outcome. If you don't have direct experience, share a similar example from training or another job that shows your attention to detail. In one instance, while entering a refill request, I noticed the dosage on the new prescription didn't match the patient's previous records. The prior prescription was for 10 milligram tablets, but the new one indicated 100 milligrams, which seemed unusually high. Instead of processing it right away, I paused and double-checked both the patient's history and the prescriber's notes. I immediately brought it to the pharmacist's attention, who confirmed it was indeed a prescriber's error. We contacted the doctor's office, corrected the dosage, and documented the incident for quality assurance. This situation reinforced how essential it is to stay alert, even when handling routine refills. By following proper verification steps, I helped prevent a potential medication error and maintain patient safety, which is always my top priority. Question number 9. How do you handle a difficult or upset customer? Pharmacy technicians often deal with frustrated or anxious customers, so interviewers want to see patience, empathy, and professionalism. Show that you can stay calm, listen actively, and resolve issues without escalating them. Avoid blaming the customer or others. Focus on solutions and communication. I believe empathy and clear communication are key to handling upset customers. When someone is frustrated, whether it's about a delay, insurance issue, or prescription misunderstanding, I first let them explain their concern fully without interrupting. I keep my tone calm and respectful, and I acknowledge their feelings by saying something like, "I understand how that must be frustrating." Once they feel heard, I focus on resolving the issue or explaining the next steps clearly. For example, if there's an insurance rejection, I'll check the claim, confirm their information, and involve the pharmacist if needed. I've found that being transparent and patient helps rebuild trust quickly. Even when I can't fix the problem immediately, I make sure they know I care and that I'm actively working toward a solution. Turning a negative experience into a positive one is something I take pride in because it often leads to loyal, appreciative customers. Question number 10. How do you prioritize tasks during busy periods? This question assesses your organization and time management under pressure. The interviewer wants to know you can balance speed and accuracy when workload spikes. Explain how you evaluate urgency, communicate with teammates, and maintain accuracy even when multitasking. In a busy pharmacy, prioritizing tasks comes down to organization, communication, and staying calm under pressure. I start by identifying time-sensitive prescriptions, such as new antibiotics or urgent refills, and handle those first. I also coordinate with the pharmacist and my teammates so everyone knows who's covering data entry, phone calls, or pickup. Throughout the shift, I maintain a running list of tasks and check progress regularly to avoid missing deadlines. When things get hectic, I remind myself that accuracy still comes before speed. Cutting corners only creates more problems later. I also take advantage of brief slow moments to tidy the workspace or prep labels for upcoming fills, which saves time later in the day. I've learned that staying proactive, clear-headed, and communicative not only keeps operations running smoothly but also builds trust among coworkers and patients during the busiest hours. Question number 11. How do you stay updated on new medications and pharmacy regulations? Pharmacy laws and drug information change frequently, so employers want technicians who stay informed. Mention any specific habits, reading updates, attending trainings, subscribing to newsletters, or learning from pharmacists. Show curiosity and a commitment to professional growth. I make it a priority to stay informed about new medications, safety recalls, and regulatory updates. I regularly review updates from the FDA, pharmacy boards, and trusted medical news sites. At work, I pay close attention to pharmacist-led briefings and policy memos that outline new drug formulations or insurance changes. I also enjoy using educational platforms like the PTCB's continuing education modules and professional forums to refresh my knowledge. Whenever a new medication enters the market, I take the time to read about its uses, side effects, and storage requirements so I can confidently support both patients and pharmacists. I believe staying current is part of our duty as healthcare professionals. It ensures we're giving accurate information and maintaining compliance. Continuous learning not only strengthens my technical skills, but also helps me adapt quickly to industry changes, which ultimately leads to safer, more efficient patient care. Question number 12. Describe your experience with inventory management and reordering. This question helps interviewers assess your organizational and analytical skills. They want to see that you can track stock levels, anticipate needs, and prevent medication shortages or waste. If you have experience, explain your system for managing inventory efficiently. If not, show understanding of the process and your ability to learn and stay detail-oriented. Here's a sample answer for someone who has prior experience with inventory management and reordering. In my previous role, I helped manage the pharmacy's inventory by performing weekly cycle counts, checking expiration dates, and submitting restock orders through our automated system. I made sure that fast-moving medications were always available while avoiding overstocking items that had limited shelf life. I also maintained logs for controlled substances and followed DEA regulations for tracking and reconciliation. To keep the process smooth, I communicated regularly with suppliers and alerted the pharmacist if substitutions or back orders were needed. One challenge I handled was ensuring temperature-sensitive medications were stored correctly, which required regular monitoring and accurate documentation. By keeping the shelves organized and maintaining proper records, I helped reduce waste and improve accuracy during audits. I learned that an efficient inventory system is about consistency, communication, and accountability. It allows the pharmacy to serve patients reliably without delays or errors. Now here's a sample answer for someone who has no prior experience with inventory management and reordering. While I haven't managed inventory in a pharmacy yet, I've handled stock control and ordering in my previous retail position, where accuracy and timing were equally critical. I became comfortable with maintaining detailed records, tracking product expiration, and forecasting future needs based on customer demand. I understand that in a pharmacy, the stakes are even higher since medication shortages or expired products directly impact patient safety. During my training, I learned about inventory procedures like FIFO, first in, first out, maintaining perpetual counts, and managing controlled substances with extra care. I'm very organized and methodical when it comes to tracking and documentation, and I plan to apply those habits in this role. I take pride in staying proactive, keeping clear communication with the team, and ensuring everything is accounted for properly. I know accurate inventory management keeps the pharmacy running efficiently and patients properly cared for. Question number 13. How do you handle controlled substances and compliance requirements? This question determines whether you understand the legal and ethical standards for handling controlled substances. Employers look for awareness of DEA regulations, documentation accuracy, and integrity. Emphasize your respect for confidentiality, attention to record keeping, and strict adherence to policy. Handling controlled substances requires absolute precision, accountability, and respect for compliance laws. In my previous role, I followed strict DEA guidelines for logging, counting, and securing Schedule 2 through 5 medications. Every transaction was double-checked by the pharmacist, and I made sure to record lot numbers, quantities, and expiration dates immediately. I participated in regular audits, which reinforced how essential it is to maintain accurate perpetual counts and proper documentation. I always verified patient identity before dispensing and ensured that no medication left the pharmacy without appropriate authorization. For returns or destructions, I followed the chain of custody procedures exactly as written. I take these responsibilities very seriously because compliance protects not only the patient, but also the integrity of the pharmacy. I believe that maintaining full transparency and accountability reflects professionalism and builds trust with both regulators and patients. Question number 14. Explain your process for handling insurance rejections or billing issues. This question tests your problem-solving, patience, and knowledge of pharmacy billing systems. The interviewer wants to know that you can resolve issues efficiently while keeping patients informed. Emphasize your communication skills, attention to detail, and persistence. When an insurance rejection occurs, I start by reviewing the claim to understand the specific denial code. Often, the issue might be an incorrect date, quantity, or insurance ID, which can be fixed quickly through data verification. If it's a more complex problem, like a refill too soon or medication not covered, I contact the insurance provider or prescriber as needed. While working on the issue, I explain the situation to the patient clearly, letting them know what steps are being taken and offering options such as paying out of pocket temporarily if appropriate. I've found that keeping patients informed helps reduce frustration. Once resolved, I always document the action taken for future reference. Handling insurance issues requires patience, persistence, and communication, and I take pride in helping patients receive their medications on time without unnecessary stress. Question number 15. Describe a time you made a mistake at work and how you resolved it. This behavioral question helps interviewers gauge accountability and problem solving. Use the STAR method. Explain the situation, your mistake, what you did to fix it, and what you learned. Be honest, but choose a minor mistake you corrected quickly and learned from. Once, while entering a prescription refill, I mistakenly selected the wrong prescriber from the drop-down menu in the system. I caught the error during my routine verification before sending it to the pharmacist for final check. I immediately corrected it, notified my pharmacist, and documented the change. To prevent it from happening again, I began taking an extra few seconds to double-check every prescriber ID and patient match before saving entries. That incident reminded me how easily small oversights can occur in a fast-paced setting and how important it is to maintain focus no matter how routine a task may seem. Since then, I've built better habits around slowing down during data entry, and I've had a clean accuracy record ever since. I view mistakes as opportunities to strengthen my attention to detail and reinforce the importance of patient safety above all else. Question number 16. How do you communicate effectively with pharmacists, providers, and patients? This question assesses teamwork, clarity, and professionalism. Effective communication in a pharmacy requires balancing empathy with precision. Highlight how you adjust your tone depending on the audience, technical accuracy with providers, patience with patients, and clarity with pharmacists. I believe great communication is what keeps a pharmacy running smoothly and safely. With pharmacists, I make sure to confirm orders clearly and ask questions whenever there's any uncertainty, rather than assuming. With providers, I stay professional and concise, providing complete information about refill requests, insurance issues, or clarifications so we avoid back and forth delays. When speaking with patients, I adjust my tone to be calm, empathetic, and easy to understand, especially if they're confused or stressed about their medications. I also make sure to maintain confidentiality and respect HIPAA regulations at all times. One of the best lessons I've learned is that communication isn't just about speaking, it's about listening carefully and ensuring the message is understood. Whether it's clarifying a dosage with a pharmacist or explaining pickup times to a customer, I strive to keep interactions professional, kind, and accurate so that every patient leaves feeling confident and supported. Question number 17. How do you manage stress in a fast-paced pharmacy environment? This question helps interviewers understand how you stay calm and productive during peak hours. Pharmacy work often involves multitasking, tight deadlines, and customer interactions, so they want to see emotional control, time management, and teamwork. Emphasize strategies like organization, communication, and maintaining focus under pressure. Avoid saying you don't get stressed. Instead, show that you handle it effectively and constructively. In a busy pharmacy, staying composed and organized is key to managing stress. I focus on prioritizing tasks and keeping communication open with my team so we can support each other when the workload spikes. If multiple prescriptions come in at once, I quickly assess which are urgent. For example, antibiotics or pain medications, and process those first. I also use short mental resets, like taking a deep breath or briefly stepping aside to refocus, which helps me stay efficient rather than overwhelmed. I've learned that stress often comes from losing control of workflow, so I stay proactive by staying organized, keeping my workspace tidy, and asking for help when needed. Working under pressure has taught me to stay calm, confident, and precise, because accuracy and composure go hand in hand. By maintaining a balanced mindset, I'm able to serve patients effectively even during the busiest hours. And finally, here's the last pharmacy technician interview question. Question number 18. What questions do you have for us? This final question gives you a chance to show genuine interest and professionalism. The best approach is to ask thoughtful questions that demonstrate curiosity about the pharmacy, its culture, and your potential growth there. Avoid asking about salary or time off at this stage. Instead, focus on training, expectations, and team dynamics. Aim for 3 to 4 meaningful questions that leave a positive impression. Thank you for the opportunity to have this interview with you today. I do have a few questions I'd love to ask. First, how does your pharmacy measure success for technicians during the first few months? I want to understand what expectations you set so I can focus on meeting them from day one. Second, what are some of the biggest challenges your team faces daily, and how does this role contribute to solving them? I'd also love to know if there are any opportunities for continued education or certification support for technicians here. Finally, how would you describe the teamwork dynamic between the pharmacy staff and pharmacists? I really value collaboration, and I'd like to get a sense of how that works in your store. These insights would help me prepare to contribute effectively to your team and continue growing within your organization. If you want to learn more on how to land jobs and reach your career goals, don't forget to hit that subscribe and bell notification button to get new videos every single week. Also, don't forget to hit that like button because that motivates me to keep doing what I do. Stay safe, keep smiling, and good luck.